baby. I'm thinking of kissing and licking and rubbing and touching. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Gwendolyn back with another video. So right now I'm about to get into Chrisean, Tesehki, and Blueface. Everybody got something to say, so let's just jump right on into it. First, we're going to get into Chrisean's performance of her infamous song, Yahweh. So let's see what's it.
I'm crying out to God to help me with these hard times. Don't want no drama, so I'm throwing up the peace signs. Was locked away, but I finally found me some peace of mind. He picked me up from the bottom and then he changed my life. And now I'm singing Yahweh, Yahweh. There's only one way and it's God's way. Yahweh, Yahweh. I'm crying out to God to help me with these hard times.
Okay, this is the clip that I obviously realize is going viral. People are doing voiceovers and things of that nature. Getting a little key out of it. Mostly based on who it is, not what's being said. So, here's my little take on it. I'm pretty sure, everybody has disagreements here and there when it comes to this child. I'm going to start by saying this. Because growing up in church, so often it pretty much became my second home. You know what I'm saying? I've said this several times before. I used to stay in church. Almost like it was home, school, church. House, school, church. Rotation. So when mind you, I just saw this and I was really observing her on this one, and it kind of took me back to my childhood, and it made me realize, especially growing up singing, I used to dead stare at whoever was giving a solo, or if they had a group go up and sing or whatever, or the choir as a whole. I definitely was like, I'm on it. I was focused. I'm looking at everything because singing is my passion. Music is my life. Like I'm in there. I'm here with you. So because of that being instilled in me, I was more so looking at this performance right here and thinking back to my childhood days when I was watching these singers get up there and just sing their hearts out, and it just made me think, like, I don't know anything about this person, but what they're singing or whatever they're praying or preaching or whatever the case may be, if it touches you, it touches you, right? And so I was watching this performance and I was thinking to myself, if I didn't know Chrisean from a can of paint, I might shed a tear or two based on this performance right here. If I didn't know anything about her, I'm not going to lie to you, I would be staring at her like, okay, I feel what she's saying. Mind you, she could put a little bit more oomph in it because she's not a vocalist. She probably should have had some background singers to help her out or something like that, because she can't push like an actual vocalist can. Or maybe on that ooh part, maybe she should have did a little something with that, when she did the ooh. Girl, I can't. I'm not gonna play with y'all. Maybe she could have did a little ooh, or something. I don't know, child. But I don't know. That performance right there, I was like, okay. But it's also hard to accept what she's saying based on how she lives her life most of the time. And so that also took me back to a friendship that I had years ago when it was me and a friend who, we were really close. And then when we got older, of course we went our separate ways, and I went on to live my life and do my thing. And he went on to become an alcoholic, and you know how that lifestyle goes. you become homeless and start to speak like your brain is rotted and stuff like that. But one thing that maintained in him was his faith in God. He still preaches, like, well, not even preaches, but you know what I mean when I say preach. He still talks about God a lot. And so this situation kind of made me think of him too, because I was like, you have to take the good and the bad in a person, right? No perfect person walks this earth. None. Not one. And so when people say right message, wrong messenger, that message never really sat well with me either, because I'm going to give you another example. Leandria Johnson. She is an amazing singer. Amazing singer. When I saw her in person, I cried real tears, and all she sang was a hymn. I was out of there. Gone. Tissues, no good. They're soaked. But everybody knows that Leandria suffers from alcoholism. Am I making excuses? No. But I'm just saying everybody is dealing with something behind closed doors. But Leandria, the difference between Leandria and Chrisean is she faces what she's dealing with. She faces the cons about herself, the wrongdoings within her. She knows what her problem is, and she faces it head on. And even though she still struggles with it, she still faces it. She's swinging on that mother. You feel me? Chrisean, on the other hand, this is where it becomes difficult, because you could sing all day long until you blue in the face that I'm screaming Yahweh and I'm all about God and I walk with Christ daily. But if it's not showing in your actions, then what you're saying doesn't mean anything. It's a pillar of salt. That's the difference between, I'm not even going to say a real Christian, because what is that? That's the difference between somebody who walks with God and who's just making it seem like, you know what I'm saying, they going down the right path. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. Now, I'm not saying that Chrisean's relationship with God, her relationship with God is perfect or imperfect. Who am I to say what she prays at night? You know what I'm saying? But I will say what she puts on display, Now, I will say she has made a huge difference in, you know, I don't want to say her behavior, because she's grown, in her adolescent actions. I'll put it like that, because she doesn't involve herself in drama anymore. She's not going back and forth with people. She's not out in the streets fighting. She has calmed down a lot. But she still has a huge task in front of her that she's ignoring. And that is the reason why a lot of people just be like, I can't do it. I can't follow what she's saying, because you are ignoring your own task. How can you tell anybody else what to do or what guide they should be following when you're not even doing it yourself? And people are going to, I'm not saying are going to, people seem to be falling short when it comes to following God's word, because you're putting your souls in jeopardy, defending her a little bit too much. You're defending her a little bit too much. Just too much. Now, I have always been an advocate of everybody needs love, everybody needs support. Even Chrisean. I've said this over and over and over again. There is no reason why people should be telling anybody, don't love Chrisean, don't support her. Everybody needs that. That's so important. Even people like Chrisean, I don't care what nobody say. I'm all for loving her and supporting her. She needs that more than most of us. But do not be a doormat. Okay? I have to find that scripture too. You cannot let somebody walk all over you. You cannot. You have to have discernment when it comes to loving somebody and supporting somebody. Just because you love her, don't mean you can't tell her when she's messing up. Just because you love her, doesn't mean you can't give her constructive criticism. And see, that's where y'all seem to get it fucked up at. I'm trying to dial down on my cussing. See, that's a challenge that I'm facing, cussing too much. So I'm trying to work on that within me. If she has a disabled child and she's ignoring his needs, that's where she falls short. And y'all sitting here saying, oh, she's doing this and she's doing that, when behind closed doors she probably really not. And y'all say they're going against people saying, well, how come he's not doing such and such and so and so? She's listening to y'all. Do y'all not understand that? She's listening to her fans when y'all are saying, don't worry about the haters. Because who's hating? What's the hate on? Don't worry about people who go against you. God got you, you're favored. That is the wrong rhetoric to give her. And that's where a lot of y'all are falling short. Because you're not giving her the right advice. You can love her, you can support her all day long. But if you're not telling her what's right from wrong, or not helping her progress in life, even if it's just through advice, then you ain't no better than her. You might as well be up there singing the same thing. The right words out your mouth, but cruel in the heart. And yes, cruel in the heart, because you're overlooking her child. She's no more important than him. He's more important than her. He needs more than she does. You have to be careful. That's where discernment comes in. Love her. Support her. Wrap your arms around her as tight as you can. But make sure you tell her, Chrisean, you could be doing better, but baby girl, this ain't it. Now, I love you and I'm here for you. But this right here, you got to get up out of this situation. And if you can't do that, then you ain't no good for her. Straight up. Because guess what? God would do the same thing. Not specifically when it comes to her or you. I'm just saying in general. God would love you. God would support you. God would wrap his arms around you so tight. But he's still going to tell you where you messing up at.
I'm crying out to God to help me with these.
And see, this is why I say discernment is important when it comes to her fans. This is not for those of us who already know better. This is for the people who support Chrisean. I believe, in my opinion, that Chrisean is an example of... She's an example to the people in the world who fall short a lot. Like the type of people who say, I make 10 steps forward and get knocked 7 steps back. The ones who always kind of hit a wall and feel like God is not near. God doesn't care. God, where are you when I need you? Those kind of people who, live that kind of life. I feel like Chrisean speaks to that crowd to let them know, like, just because you messed up here, there, and everywhere probably, you can still go to God. He'll still love you. He'll still care for you. He'll still be there for you. That's just my opinion. I believe there's an example in the world for all types. She could lead people to God, right? Through her ministry. But those same people have to have their eyes open and peeled to not get so far, to not fall so far for her antics. You know what I'm saying? Because people go too far and they say stuff like this. Like Capricorn Queen. I hope y'all reading it and really taking heed that some people out here are really psycho. And they really believe that this girl got magical powers or God is in her corner and all kind of weird stuff like that. It's very odd. It's very strange. And I don't even think a lot of her fans are Christ-like anyway, or try to be, or try to walk with God on a 24-hour basis, more or less than a daily basis. You don't know what it's like to walk with God for real, to say things like that, like Capricorn Queen. That's why I say you have to have discernment. Love a supporter, but know the difference between when she's, you know what I'm saying, being all for God and God's people, and when she's not. When she's doing right, it's okay to congratulate her. Chrisean, I'm proud of you. That's great for you. I'm glad for you. And when she's not, you got to be willing to call her out for that too. Because that means you really do love her. Loving her and falling for her bullshit is two different things. And if you don't know the difference, then that's when you put your own soul in jeopardy. Okay? I'm not trying to talk to y'all like y'all stupid. I really want to have an adult to adult conversations with y'all, because I don't even know how old most of y'all Chrisean fans are. It seems like a lot of y'all are young, but then I be seeing a lot of 40, 50-year-olds who be falling for her bullshit too, and it's very disappointing. It's extremely disappointing. More so shocking, because you've lived a longer life. And it's like, I thought when you get older, you become wiser, but having dated older women, that's not always the case. So yeah, it's a lot of foolish old people out here too. That's where discernment comes in. Maybe y'all don't know the definition of discernment. Let me break that down for you. You gotta know whether somebody is playing in your face or not. If you can't see beyond the smoke and mirrors, which is this. This is what you call smoke and mirrors. What you call the truth is when her baby's sitting in a corner and he need braces and food therapy and possibly a walker, speech therapy, God knows what else. Why is his face so sunken in? Pretty sure he's malnourished. That is what you call smoke and mirrors. This right here. But if you don't have enough discernment, so wait a minute, hold up. What's really going on? You know what I'm saying? Then that's where you put your own soul in jeopardy. That's when God gonna start looking at you. Like, wait a minute. I said love her. Don't fall for the bull. That's all I got to say about that. Hopefully, I got my point across, because a lot of y'all be acting like y'all still, oh, yeah, but it's the yeah, but Chrisean doing better. She's favored. She got this. She doing that. A lot of y'all are still as foolish as Capricorn Queen, and I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know what could even possess a person to say something like that. Yeah, you might want to reevaluate some things. Why you love her, why you feel like you got to go above and beyond. This is a grown woman. She knows better. She's not stupid. Why are all her relationships around her falling apart? You got to start asking the questions. And if every single answer you have falls back on Chrisean as the victim, then you're trying to live through her vicariously, because maybe in your own life you feel like you're the victim. And maybe you just fucking up too. And you looking for some type of salvation. But you ain't gonna find it through Chrisean. Y'all need to go pick that up. Okay? Real talk. Let's be real here. This ain't the way.
Tell me why Latifah, she did a video but like mocking me. I'm crying out to God to help me with these hard times. And making it like laughing at me.
Now she sound just like you, girl.
For real. Like,
wouldn't even worry about the negativity.
Yeah, you need to worry about the negativity. I'm talking about, I'm getting more love than negative, for real. But it was like, she just need to just pray and stop tripping. Like, get over the beef, you know? At this point.
Because, see, now, who are you to say what and when she needs to get over anything? Especially with the type of allegation you put out about her. Baby girl, you can't say a bitch-ass thing about when or what she need to get over. Excuse my language. I had to say it. Chrisean, this is where you be having people screwed up at. Because what you said about her, how do you expect her, oh, just get over it? What if she said something like that about you? Or worse? Because all she did was tell your truth. You did poison Junior. It's apparent that you don't have a home. You're house hopping. That's your business. We actually wouldn't be so concerned if we actually saw Junior being taken care of. Because here's the thing. Y'all say she don't have to show us nothing. But I feel like that's bull. That's BS. She has shown us everything. Literally everything. The birth of her child. Everything. She showed us her and Blueface getting down. Yes, ma'am, she did. Just in case y'all forgot, she posted a video of her and Blueface on the couch with her straddling him. Getting down. And I'm not going to say what it looked like she had, but baby, you needed to go to the clinic. Straight up. But yes, ma'am, you cannot post everything and then decide you ain't going to post nothing. Especially when it comes to how you're taking care of that baby when you showed what you did while you were pregnant. You can't include us in the auntie and uncle club and then snatch it all back when you don't want us to see the truth. Because you notice when people started to, things don't seem quite right. That's when she started to reel it in. Otherwise, she had it still out there. She was posting Junior for the longest until people started to, I don't think he's, now all of a sudden, I don't have to show y'all nothing. It ain't y'all business. Girl, please. If it was anything really going on, she would show it. Because that's what Chrisean does. That's how she makes her money, more importantly. By showing her life. She's an influencer, right? What else is she going to do? Sing for us for the rest of her life? She ain't going to make no money from that. So sorry. I like to spend money on real singers. No shade. She wouldn't get a penny from me for no music. Now, if she was showing developments with Chrisean Jr., by all means, I'm tuned in because I want to see that. I want to see him get better. I want to see him live a happier, healthier life. I'm there. I'm with it. Go, Chrisean. And Chrisean Jr. Do that shit, girl. But until then, baby, please.
What happened with her back?
I'm saying in the video.
Yeah, Blueface did this interview. I'm not sure when. I just caught it. He had a couple things to say. Due to Chrisean's karma. In his words.
Of her getting slapped. Her back was like spilling out of her fucking shit.
Blue, you can't say that shit.
I'm just saying the real.
I know, but girls struggle with body image, so I think that really fucks with a girl's mental state.
And fix it.
She looks good to me.
I told her this myself. I told her to go get your body done or something. Like, you know.
Blue, that's what happens when you have a kid.
We're talking about Chrisean. We're talking about somebody who talks shit about a lot of people for the size and shapes that they are.
Oh, they do? She does?
So you cannot do that, and then when you get out of shape, think that we're finna be sensitive. No.
Right.
You can't sock 100 people, and then when you get slapped in your fucking face, we're finna be like, this is what comes with the lifestyle that you're living. If you don't like it, change it. What the fuck?
When did she give you those two black eyes?
I don't remember. 5 years ago.
Dang, she digging the archives for that one?
That's all she can do. You get slapped in your face. Like, now that she deserved that. I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
She deserved that.
Okay.
It was pretty deserved.
Yeah.
I loved like she was so surprised by it. Like, I done seen her slap a lot of people. Feel me?
Yeah.
It was like, okay, now it's your day.
Yeah, she done ran up on a few people, especially behind Blueface. When she was, I think, on a red carpet in a blue outfit, and it was a person in between her and some other girl, and she swung around the girl and hit. On show, she was always beating on people, like threatening to hit somebody or threatening to out somebody's life, trying to expose somebody for something. Like, when he put it like that, that's when I was like, I can't help but agree, because you can't say how somebody's karma is going to come. Yeah, she's not talking about him now, but that's just how karma works. It don't always happen right off the bat. If this is her karma being talked about right now, then that's just what it is. Because he's right. You can't just go around hitting on people and beating on people and threatening people and think for the rest of your life it's going to be peachy keen. No. So when he put it in that way, I was like, I'm going to just shut up, because...
Yeah. It was a light little...
It was perfect.
Light is
And
crazy.
I woke her game up like, oh, wait, hold on. Like, yeah,
Pop
it's serious. It gets serious that fast.
Right.
But no, she deserved that for sure.
I had...
Charla was doing something strange for a piece of change.
Yeah, so... you can't speak on, what's happening to her right now. 9 times out of 10, she brought it on herself. I don't see anything happening to her outside of her own actions and consequences due to her actions. If it was anything else, like, for example, like something totally out the blue, where she walking down the street and, I don't know, a squirrel throw a nut at her ass. Just random as hell. I mean, shit, who's to say that wouldn't be a part of her karma too? Shoot, I don't know. She's done a lot of things to a lot of people. So, you can't speak on nobody's karma. What's going to happen to her is going to happen. It don't matter what we got to say in the comments. It really don't. Whether we against her or for her. And I'm not against Chrisean. Let me make that very clear. I'm not against no human at all. Because I don't know how many times I got to say none of us are perfect. Whether we, walk with God or not. And I'm a Christian all day long. But I'm not a fool. Let me just put it like that. I am not a fool. I'm with her if she actually trying. Like, for example, her sister Chastity, I don't know that much about her, but it looks like she's the sister that's actually trying. Chrisean, to me, I just can't get down with her. I can't. But this dude here is A1 at getting people taken care of when it comes to their kids, or handled, through the system, from what I heard. So he's trying to get people to sign a petition, and apparently Blueface signed it as well. So.
So was Charlotte doing something strange for a piece of change? That piece of change ended up, she had got pregnant more than she bargained for. Okay? And then she had got pregnant multiple times. Okay? Tesehki and Chrisean. So that's just what that were. Hold on.
Rock and Tesehki, dad, name is Sean Malone. He's a politician in Baltimore City. He has a law firm. He's married to a lady named Lisa Malone. This is the alleged people who y'all think is Junior's godparents. The people that y'all think is Junior's godparents is actually Chrisean's stepmother and her biological father. The reason that Chrisean told Blueface that this is the reason Chrisean told Blueface that her godfather molested her. Her godfather molested her in an attempt of keeping Blue from talking to this man. Because in actuality, Chrisean is an informant. Chrisean is providing information to I don't know if it's the FBI. I don't know if it's the DEA. That's the part I'm trying to figure out. Because I know it's at a state level, but I'm trying to see if it's at a federal level. I'm not aware if this is at a federal level yet. Chrisean is a state level pig. And this is how I know she's a state level pig. Chrisean has a brother named Eugene. Eugene is sitting in prison somewhere in Maryland, one of these Maryland state prisons, and he got 22 years. He be calling every day trying to get money.
This is why his life was cut short.
So it has been alluded online, which is a part of my next surviving, about.
I just want to say something real quick. I think it's weird how people can jump online in her defense and say all these people around her are lying, hating on her, trying to get clout. How is it that that's everybody around her? Y'all making that excuse for everybody around her? Every single last one of them lying on her? Come on, bro. These are people who have been up close and personal. Especially Ronnie. They went through the most together. The most tragic shit together. More than her and Blueface. I don't think that bro lying.
Oh, allegedly. I'm not saying Sean Malone had anything to do with Ronnie passing, but it has been mentioned online.
I do. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel like the Sean Malone man had something to do with Ronnie because he was putting too much of his truth out, the Sean guy, his truth, not Chrisean's truth. Well, probably both of their truth. And he was just like, yeah, he talking a little bit too much. Bro, gotta go. Because I also saw a clip of Chrisean's brother telling Blueface, even if that's not your baby, you better say it is. Now, what is going on behind the scenes that he's telling Blueface some shit like that? Even though it's not your baby, you better say it is, or what? What's going to happen? That's crazy as hell. So, yes, I do think Sean is on some other shit. Like you got to go if you got to go. If you can't close your mouth or say what I need you to say, that's why Blueface keep claiming Junior, but not doing anything. He'll claim him verbally, but physically he ain't gonna do nothing. As long as he claiming him verbally, his life is safe. He's in danger once he be like, nah, Junior ain't mine. You better pay attention.
He may have had something to do with it. Now, I'm still figuring out the puzzles. It's a lot to that story. So we'll break all that down on another time. So he came forward and said that the reason why Ronnie was alluding that Chrisean was telling Blueface lies, because that's not true. Sean Malone did not do anything to Chrisean. And we know that he didn't do anything to Chrisean, because if he did.
Hey guys, we're at dinner. Hey. Baby, this is godparents. Lisa, say hey. This is Snapchat. Hey, Sean, say hey, Mr. Sean. Hey. This is Snapchat. Where I make my money at? I'm trying to make some more money.
Where she makes her money at, I just want to point that out. This is how she makes her money, putting her life out there.
Oh, you look cute, okay. I like. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Guys, this is Snapchat. She's tired. She's jet lagged from Baltimore tonight. Oh, look at the baby.
Now y'all see his wife, so y'all see how he like him. Okay, he love him a black woman. Okay, that Oochie Coochie turned him out. Okay, that jungle fever turned him out. All right, so what are they together for? Chrisean's mom, Charla, is a head. They have never hired Sean Malone's for his services, for him being an attorney for them, or anything like that. At least it's his wife, correct?
Good point.
What are they doing together?
Good point.
If that's not her father, and then again, his last name is Malone. Eugene's, the black man that's the father of the majority of Charlotte's other children, the one who Blueface put his hands on, his last name is Malone as well. So when their mom gave them the last name Malone, why would Eugene not think anything other besides them being his kids? Because that's just what she's telling them.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows that those aren't his kids. This is why Chrisean was so mad that Blueface wouldn't just accept Chrisean Jr. Her dad did.
Mm-hmm.
Eugene did.
Mm-hmm.
Eugene knew that we wasn't his, and he still raised us.
He did it for me. Why you can't do it for him? Okay. Yeah, I don't know if he started a petition, but he has a petition going to save Junior. I will put the link in the description. And apparently Blueface signed it as well. It has over 2,000 signatures the last time I looked, and comments and videos. But I'll include all that in another video. But yeah, that's all I got to say. I feel like I said enough. And y'all be easy out there, man. Take it easy on yourselves, for real. Like, if you're going through anything that is similar to Chrisean's life, let me point you in the direction of somebody else that could really help you walk a daily life with Christ. And I always point people in the direction of the Clark sisters. You might not know about her because they're an older group, but my favorite singer out that group is Karen. She's a beautiful singer. I also love Dorinda's voice. And Twinkie back in the day, baby. Listen, you want to hear some real gospel, if you want to hear some real truth, and if you want to really truly walk with Christ, please find a better example. I feel like Chrisean is an example to the foolish. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. If you're looking to do better in your life, that ain't the one to help you, to help guide you. She's just not. I feel like she has more cons than pros. Yes, she might be trying to do better, but if you really are serious about your faith, please find somebody else. Or go to a real church and interact with those people in church. Bible study, Sunday school. Get back to your roots. Chrisean just ain't it. She still got a long way to go herself. I would put it like that. I'm not going to say she's a bad person, because I'm not the one to say that, but that child got a long way to go herself. And you don't want to put yourself through that same type of detriment following her lead. Okay? God is love. Y'all be easy. I will see y'all in the next video.
Why don't you come home? Fulfill this fantasy, baby. Craving some you. Waiting on you.